Hello, hello, hello. It is Elsid 932 on YouTube. The doors of the workroom are open. We are here for RuPaul's Drag Race Season 18, Episode 1. We are going to review it all, but also the library doors are open because these ladies are reading each other as well, and I am here for it. I hope you are here too. This first episode is called what? It is called Reclaim, Renew, Rejoice. We are here for all of the shenanigans. I have pictures for you of the queens. We are going to talk about it. We're going to talk about the judges' decisions. And the guest judge is Cardi B. She had a whole getup, the hair, the costume. I was like, she needs to walk on that runway so we can actually see what's going on with that whole outfit. But in the meantime, let's see who is here. Hey, Sam, good to see you. Good to have you here. I see Tyra's World. You became a member yesterday. For some reason, they are still showing me you becoming a member right now. But again, I said this episode is called Reclaim, Renew, and Rejoice. This is where RuPaul opened up the vault. Okay, the fashion vault from the previous season. So these queens can pick pieces and say, hey, I'm going to make my own outfit. Now, remember, I told you guys when we were meeting the queens, Hail to the Queen episode, y'all were like, which queen you like, which queen you like, da 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 da. Hey. I'm not putting a stamp on which queen I like, even though I may like a queen's performance, her looks on IG. This is a game. This is a competition. The queens are going to be doing a lot of things that they may not do out there. And we found out. Because this is a challenge for you to not only create, but for you to also make your outfit. And many queens, not all, many queens outsource that. Now, they may design it, but several queens outsource it to someone talented, okay? Hey, Lotus, yes, we are in here. We are in here discussing RuPaul's Drag Race Season 18, Episode 1. So we saw the queens walk in. The workroom is open. The queens are walking in. They are given their one-liners, and they're telling us basically who they are and where they are from. And what we have found out, as far as where they are from, usually the New York queens are the ones in control of the workroom. This time it's the Florida queens. This time the Florida queens are here. They are showing up, and they are in droves. Not only Florida queens, we see that the queens over 30, the queens of a particular age are here, and we are here for it. Remember, I said in Meet the Queens, Hail to the Queens. We wanted to see the queens who have been away from drag for a while come back. We wanted to see what they were bringing and giving. Definitely. Welcome in, Queen of Queens. Welcome in. This is your first time here. Welcome in. We love to have you. We are here for the whole workroom. I'm here for the categories. I'm here for the herstory. The first time a mother-daughter, and y'all clocked the shade with the mother-daughter. I hope y'all did. The clock in the shade of the mother-daughter was wild. Because first of all, mother came in. Mother was there when her daughter arrived and said, you are not the queen of Mykonos, baby girl. You are not the queen. I'm the voice behind the Lindsay Lohan viral clip. So keep the princess and leave the Mykonos out of your vocabulary. I was like, ooh. And then workroom, when we had to put stuff together, her daughter didn't know how to sew. And mother said, yeah, what they say on the plane is that I need to put my mask on first and then help. So mama said she's getting her outfit together. And if I have time, I will help my child. I said, ooh. I was wondering if it was going to be favoritism. And y'all, I am here for the mother. Now, here's where I'm here for the daughter. The daughter, okay, she ain't no slouch, okay? She ain't no slouch either. The daughter playing the damsel in distress, batting her eyes. Oh my gosh, will someone please help me? Is there anyone in the workroom? Oh my God, I need a needle. I need some thread. I'm just saying, the daughter knows how to play the damsel in distress. The mother grandmother was not trying to help her daughter. She was not. She was not. It was okay, but Discord Adam should have been in the top looks. We're gonna look at excuse me. We're gonna look at the look Queen of Queens. I'm not discounting or disputing what you're saying, but we're gonna look at the looks. I have some photos. Y'all know I take the photos off the television screen, so please pardon. There's nowhere out there where there are, clean version of these photos that are out there. But what I did like is how it went on, how this went on, how it ended. I really liked season 18 and the flow of it. Okay. So we're going to look at how can I say the mini challenge first. Let's talk about that. Screaming challenge. I really didn't know what kind of scream. They said primal screams. Primal screams. And I was like, okay, what kind of primal screams? But maybe I'm just not a screamer. Okay, maybe I'm just not a screamer at that level. They had the pit crew. They had a large pit crew. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. But the winner of the mini challenge was, can you please her? $2,500 in the purse, winning the first mini challenge. Now, in the reclaim, reuse, rejoice, in going into the vault, we're told that the queens can use their own hair, their own accessories, and undergarments. Okay? Undergarments. So the outer garments is what you need to present properly. Then can you please her? Realized in the workroom, because she can sew. She tells us she can sew. She said, wait a minute, I forgot to grab fabric. Now, as a plus size girly myself, how do you forget that what going to drape around you? But hey, in the excitement of it all is all I'm going to give you. Okay. But this is where, the mother, grandmother, Dion said, I got to put my mask on first before I can help anybody else. Okay. Lourdes says, I love these mini challenges. I love the mini challenges, but I was like, what is this kind of screaming? Mia, Starr, and Athena are sisters, and Juicy is a granddaughter and niece. Yes, yes. I saw corset that wasn't made in the workroom. Queen of Queens. Queen of Queens. Exactly. There's some stuff that made it to the stage. I said, that wasn't from the challenge, was it? Athena is gorgeous in and out of drag. Yes, Athena is absolutely gorgeous. She is the grand dame of Miami. And if you want to challenge that, talk to somebody else, not her. So let's get into it because we are here for a good time. Okay, we're here for a good time. You're confused with the judges. I'm confused too with the judges. The judges did confuse me a little bit with what they were looking for. And I was like, okay. Really? What are we doing? But we are here, girls. We are here, girls. Let's get into this. This is going to be in exactly how they were on the stage, how they came onto the stage. Hate to go to Africa. How they came onto the stage is how it is. Okay. Oh no, I am not the top. No. There we go. I'm gonna have to take y'all comments off so I can actually show the ladies. Okay, so we have Sierra Mist. Now, I do like a quirky queen. I do love a quirky queen, but this was not working for me. It was too much. Sierra Mist was too much for me. It was way too much. It's like the fae, the ears, you are blue, the tights are blue, that's orange, the corset. It was a little too much for me with Sierra. Now I love a good Sierra Mist back in the day too, okay? But also, did y'all realize the shade they say was Sierra Mist? Oh, you're named after a discontinued soda. Ooh, the shade. The shade. Now, Athena Dion, okay, she came out, with the whole Dolly Parton look to me. It's to me. And you could certainly put your comments in the comment section, okay? The skirt, okay. It was giving me safe. Athena Dion gave me safe. Okay, this was supposed to be a shower curtain look, and it's like we use half the shower curtain. I don't know. It was good enough to be safe. Now, Can You Please Her? When Can You Please Her came through, and we got the voiceover. Can You Please Her said, yes, America, I know this look like crap, but I'm going to sell it like a $200,000 outfit. I wanted to cry laughing. She's like, I know. You ain't got to tell me. I have looked in the mirror. I know. Can you please? I said, I know what it looked like, but I'm going to still rock this on this runway. I was like, you know what? Is the confidence, is the tenacity I really like from Can You Please Her. She's not going to lie to you. She is not going to lie to you. She's like, I know it look a hot mess, but I am here. I am wearing something on this runway. I was like, can you please her? You don't please us, okay? You hate it. I saw that. You hated the Athena Dion. Yes, it was very promising in the workroom. We were talking about Athena Dion's look. It was very promising in the workroom. But then the execution to the stage, I was like, you had enough time to help your daughter if this is what you put on the runway. But you know what? I ain't going to get too much in her. I ain't going to get too much into Athena, okay? But Kenya, can you please her? Yeah. Yeah. You had the tenacity, but at least you knew it was a mess. Now, Nini Coco. These are gift bags, y'all. Nini Coco did this asymmetrical skirt, did the top. I thought at first it was, I couldn't figure out what it was in the workroom, quite frankly. Couldn't figure it out. Okay. Couldn't figure it out. But when it came on the runway, it was kind of stiff. And I was like, but it looks aesthetically pleasing. Okay. It looked very pleasing, Nini Coco. Because y'all, that's made out of the cardboard from gift bags. Okay. Athena's look didn't read well in HD. It did not. The lights did nothing for that shower curtain look. It didn't. It did not at all. So she had time to help her daughter. Okay. Nina Coco showed Lala Ree how it's supposed to be. Good job. Yeah. Nini Coco, really good job. If it wasn't for the accessories being silver too, I would be like, why are we doing silver? But it's really hard to match orange with anything else. Okay, let's move on to the next set of queens because I know Queen of Queens is here. Your queen is in the next slide, okay? Your queen is in the next slide. So this is the next queens to come down the runway. Jane Don't, Discord Adams, and Mia Starr, and DD Fuego. Now, Jane Don't, this picture does nothing for the look, okay? She had flowers on the shoulders. Now she puts, I like Jane Dont's personality outside of drag. She is absolutely amazing. She's like, this is a whole, like, you go to the office and you're like, what the heck did I wear? I love Jane Dont's personality. She says it's part Joan Rivers, it's all the Bette Midlers, and y'all know how I feel about Bette Midler, okay? Okay? Jane Don't. I agree with you, Queen of Queens. Jane Don't could have been safe. Jane Don't could have been safe. Truly. Jane Don't could have been in the safe category. I'm with you. Okay? Okay? Discord Adams. Now, Discord, I know that's your queen, Queen of Queens. We heard you loud and clear. But Discord, I'm like the judges. We had to look at that walk. We don't have to perfect that walk. She said she was giving you a hard runway. Yes, she was. Yes, she was. Discord Adams, y'all, all that is feathers. Okay? That is what I will give Discord in this. It is feathers. It is all a feathered look. It gave the illusion of a big shoulder. It is a short skirt. It, for me, it should have been one of the top looks. I will give you that. Okay? She's not your queen, but you liked it. Okay. Okay. I stand corrected. Not your queen, but you liked it. Okay. But yes, I liked the look that Discord put on the runway. Now, the walk, not so much. Okay. But we ain't judging the walk. But the judges did make mention of the walk. Okay. But definitely all that is feathers. And it stayed with her aesthetic. The hair was slicked back. I'm not a huge fan of Disco, but I love a quirky queen. I love a quirky queen. So next up, Mia Starr. Now, Mia was 2 steps away from looking like DD Fuego's tinfoil. Okay. Mia Starr, 2 steps away from looking like She got the excess tinfoil from Didi Fuego. I'm sorry. If you're going to use these silver things, sometimes the silver items need to be, made into a different color or toned down, and I don't even know if that corset was part of the whole spiel. It I like the fact that you did a black and white boot. You're keeping with the black and white, but the silver. Mia, I really was expecting more from Mia Starr, but that corset is what we were talking about before, where I didn't know if that corset met the requirements of the challenge, because they said undergarments and not the above garments. So that is where I was a little bit on Mia Starr. Okay. Or you thought that Discord was going to receive hate from the franchise? Why? Well, anyway, you know what? I just don't hate them or hate them because of whatever. I don't know these queens other than them showing up here. Okay. Yeah. They should have made the silver material stand out, right? And she tried to do it with the shoulders and a little bit of the, a little bit of, should I call it a skirt? But it didn't have an effect for me. Didi Fuego, we know what that is. We know it's not tinfoil, y'all. I'm just saying tinfoil. But we know Didi Fuego, that is definitely, when they wrap you up to be warm, in a disaster, that's what that is. And we could see it. It's like, it didn't take much to just drape that around you and flap it around. It's a blanket. And there's nothing made different with this blanket. I was very disappointed, Didi. You're a New York queen. Okay? You're a New York queen. Oh, you're saying the comments. Oh, no, we don't like YouTube areas attacking her. Not at all. Now you could attack the outfit. You could attack maybe some of the reads if it's real, being real mean to somebody, but we love a good shade. We love a good shade around here. But yeah, we don't like attacking queens or anyone here on this channel. Next up, Juicy Love. Dion is the daughter. We barely had anything go on the runway. I'm sorry. If we were going to talk about Kenya, please, we got to talk about Juicy Love. Barely anything. If she didn't have as the little cape thrown out there, as the judges said, it would be nothing. Cardi B said it would be nothing there. Okay? There will be nothing there. I hear you, Queen of Queens. There will be nothing there at all if she didn't have that little flap going out. I'm sorry. But Vita VonTesse Starr? Vita. You know what Vita reminded me of? I was like, Vita, no, please, Vita, don't hurt him. Vita came out here and said yes. And the challenge was? You what? And the challenge was what? I had enough time to put this thing together. Vita came out to tell you, I am not playing with you from episode 1. And if you thought I couldn't design, and if you thought I couldn't put an outfit together, look at this. Vita came out the whole thing. Okay? The juice was loose, but the look was loose Henny. Oh, that's a good one, Queen of Queens. But Vita. Vita. Absolutely, the silhouette, the asymmetrical going up to the side. Vita had the bone piping. These were umbrellas, okay? These were umbrellas that this was made out of, and the fan of the umbrella, the effect is still there with the whole statuesque look. I could spend the next 30 minutes talking about Vita's look, but I ain't gonna bore y'all, okay? Briar Blush came out like a kitty. This is supposed to be a kitty cat, y'all. She has a pink tail. She has the kitty cat ears on the top there with that little mask. Okay. And a corset. And I was like, another queen where I didn't see a whole lot done in the whole reuse and rejoice. I couldn't rejoice in this look from Briar Blush. Sorry. Okay. I couldn't. I'm sorry. It was minimal. It was minimal at best. And I expected more from Bride Blush. Yeah, I expected more from all the queens. I'm sorry. I expected more from all the queens. But Bride Blush, I was very disappointed. She did the whole cat effects and everything on the runway and whatever. But it was basically, what did you accomplish? And looking at these three here, and this is how they came down the runway, y'all, from Juicy Love to Vita to Bride Blush. Okay? Okay? All three of these queens had the vault to their disposal and they could create whatever they wanted. And look at the difference. Look at the difference. Queen of Queens said Vita should have won point by period. We're going to talk about that. I just know she didn't made it with made that tights or ears. She could, right, the tights or ears, and all we have is a banana peel in the front. I'm surprised the judges didn't say that, because they always say something like that, but it's maybe because of how they ended the show. Next up, Mandy Mango. Y'all know I had to, say I'm going to have to support Mandy. I'm going to edit Mandy's outfit after we finish it. Well, let me edit. Mandy, this was a good thought. This was a good effect. This could have done different. But Mandy, if you would have hot glue those dangling flowers across the border, they would never see the edging. This is a little tip. This is here's what. Let me give the queens a tip. Here's a tip for the queens. If you're gonna have it hanging dangling like that, the flowers, don't do it. Let it be the edging of the outfit, especially if you have frayed edges. If it's not a distressed look, it should not be hanging, dangling the flowers like that. Double entendre is exactly what I'm trying to go for here. If Mandy Mango had put those flowers around the bottom, the layers, there's enough there for it to go around the bottom, and then maybe outline the bottom, outline the bustier, or even outline the collar. It would have given a different effect. The judges would never see the edges and how rough they were. They would never have seen it. And it would just look like if it was a canvas bag put together. Now, here's the other thing, Mandy. That's the color of the thing. So they would know what it is. If you could have done that in a metallic, if you could have, spray painted that in something else, make the top look one color and the skirt another, Mandy, you would have been more than where you placed. Okay? But we could edit Mandy right here. Okay? Yes, Mandy did have an excellent concept. Mandy had an excellent concept. It's the execution. And because she had the hot glue for those lays to be dangling down there, okay, we're talking about Mandy Mango and we're talking about the layer. We're talking about the flowers. We ain't talking about anything else dangling. If she had made that the edging of the bottom of the skirt and maybe the waist or the top of the bustier, it would get away from the judges seeing any of the frayed edges, and it would have placed her differently. Now, Darlene Mitchell. Darlene said she's a bedroom girl. Okay. Oh. Queen of Queens said, I'm going to be on season 21. Thanks for the notes. Queen of Queens, this is your first time here. I'm going to let you in on something, okay? And we will be giving you the positive vibes. You will be on season 21. We are going to encourage you to be on season 21. Definitely, okay? And as far as this is my first time recapping Drag Race, but I always watch it. My grandparents were in entertainment back in the 50s. Back in that time, it was called something else. It was called female impersonation back in that time. And definitely, my grandfather used to make, and the piping and the beading and the wire bending and stuff. That's why I could kind of say stuff like this about Mandy. I am not a fashion girly, but I know some costume. I know costume. And I know the fine line between that and costume. So you are Queen of Queens. Go make it to season 21. And we're happy to have you here. Okay. Before, and please, as Lotus Egyptian Flower said, keep us posted. Keep us posted. We know how to keep a secret here. We have memberships. We're going to keep it like, remember Queen of Queens in the chat? She's going to be in season 21. Don't tell nobody. Okay. We are here. Yes, we are here for the best wishes for the Queen of Queens. Yes, definitely. Not not I thought she was trying to be an upside down flower pot. Now, Lotus, why are you gonna say that about Mandy Mango? Okay. Oh, Queen of Queens said, I am Jamaican. I'm 17, but I want to be a drag. Hey, hey, you already said it out loud. You said it out loud. You said it out loud, so it's already there. Okay. So as long as you are learning, and most people learn by being part of a house, finding a mother, and being part of a house. Definitely. You could get there, and you're Jamaican, you already got our Caribbean flair. You already have your sense of design style, your carnival and everything. You're already there. Queen of Queens. We gonna claim that for 2021. And you are precisely the queens we were talking about yesterday. Was it yesterday? On New Year's Day when we talked about drag race and how we see queens come forth and build and grow, and we watch them on drag race actually grow. So you actually are there. Okay. I know. I know. My heritage from Trinidad. I know. I understand Queen of Queens. I understand. Don't forget there are other queens that have come from countries with the same issue, Queen of Queens. So don't let that be a limitation. Okay? Okay? Don't let that be a limitation at all for you. Because there are queens that have gone beyond those limitations. So let's get back to here. Darlene Mitchell. Darlene is a bedroom girl. Darlene, at least you put on something a little bit more cover up, but it was not flattering. Darlene, this was not flattering, but it was enough to keep you as safe as possible. Now, Myki Meeks. Now, Myki's outfit, though, Myki, this picture does no justice. Myki had it was drapes, and Myki used the actual on the shoulder to keep the cape together, the actual lines to tie your drapes. And I absolutely love that. Just that those details. I was like, Myki. Okay, okay, you know, we all remember that commercial. Ooh, he likes it. Hey, Myki. I was like, Myki, definitely. I really liked the detailing. There was a lot, but I like the detailing of Myki Meeks' definite outfit. Now, the judges named who was safe and who was not. And the judges say these queens are the ones that need to stay on the stage. You represent the tops and the bottoms. These were the queens that represented the tops and the bottoms. Okay. Here we go. Just like Queen of Queens felt like Discord Adam should be at the top. Lotus is saying Myki Meeks should have been at the top. I'm going to start showing y'all comments since we have already seen the outfits. Myki Meeks should have been at the top. Okay. Okay, I got you. It has some great detail. Had some great detail on Myki. I think I'm the only one that remembers the commercial Myki. He likes it. Hey, Myki. I don't think so, Sam. I remembered it and I said it. But these are the queens that the judges say, stay put. We got to talk. Either you the top or you the bottom. Keep that in mind. Lotus says, I was 10 months old and I remember it. You see, we like to talk age around here. And y'all, Queen of Queens just told us that she's the youngest one of the bunch. So y'all know Ari like to tell us that she's the youngest one of the bunch. So now we have Queen of Queens here that is certainly younger than Ari. See, Sam, a lot of us remember it. A lot of us remember Hey Myki. So with that, as I said, these are the tops and bottoms. Y'all know how RuPaul loves to say, these are the tops and bottoms of this week. And here are the bottoms. These are the bottoms of this week. Do y'all agree? Put an A in the comment section if you agree that these are the bottom queens of this week. Now, all I would say is I would have put Mia Starr or even Didi Fuego instead of Mandy Mango. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I ain't picking favorites. I ain't got no favorites. But I would have put, and let me remind y'all, these last two, Mia Starr or Didi Fuego, the foil, I would have put them on the bottom. But I like the concept that Mandy Mango was going for, but I'm a little different. Okay. Now, I'm gonna have to keep y'all comments off because I'm gonna have to change how I put this together so we can make sure that I can keep y'all comments there. Lotus says, to a certain extent. Queen of Queens is like, okay, it's hard. Yeah, it is. It is hard. It's hard to judge. It's 14 queens. So To Go to Africa says, I agree. Okay, these are the queens on the bottom. And y'all know what traditionally we do on the bottom. The bottom, you usually what? Lip sync for your life. I can't do it like RuPaul at all, or at all, but I'll try. Lip sync for your life. But no, not this week. They done told Can You Please her by herself. Because you see how in one episode you could win the mini challenge and you could be on the bottom. Juicy love Dion. What did they tell Juicy? What did they tell Juicy? It's they said ugly, just standing still. It's a simple skirt. I said, daggone it. Can You Please her? They say it looks sloppy. Okay? When you do something like this, they're like, you got to be glam on top of your hair and your makeup got to be glam. And she admitted it, as she admitted in the confessional and the voiceover. Mandy Mango, they said rough around the edges and messy, uneven, and is coming apart. That hot glue is your friend, Mandy Mango. That hot glue is your friend. And you are a nurse. How can you not know how to get the rough around the edges together? I need Mandy to put that nursing hat on here, okay? Hey, Jay Hammer, welcome in. Glad to have you here. And commenting, you agree? Okay, you agree on these are the bottom queens. These are the bottoms of this week. Cardi B, not juicy skirt. It was flat. She didn't like it at all. I forgot who said it was. It's just ugly standing still. If you didn't have that little cape thing, it would be nothing. I said, daggone it. These judges are rough, but I like it. I love the shade. But those were some of the critiques that the judges gave the bottom queens. Okay. I could have done without that flower on your head too, Mandy. I mean, I'm not here to read. The library is not open here. But Mandy, I could have done without that flower on your head. I felt it was distracting. If it wasn't a flower similar to the ones that are hanging low. But again, the lays that you had hanging, you should have used that as edging. That would have given you a much better look. But that rose, get that off your head, please. I don't know. But yeah, I give them, yes, the judges were correct. I can't, y'all, we can't make no changes, but we do agree with the judges. We are here to give our opinion. Not that they ever gonna hear it, but we can at least talk amongst ourselves. Okay? So the top queens. These are the top queens. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What are your thoughts on the top queens? Now, Vita, yes. Vita, you don't even think about saying Vita shouldn't be in this top. Nini Coco, yes. Because she took those unconventional materials and made it into that outfit. Now, Jane, I don't know if you should have been here, but I do see you put it together. I do see the intricacies of your outfit. But Jane, I don't know. But Jane has a lovely story. If y'all listen to Jane, Jane had a lovely story. Jane learned to sew from her dad. And the dad does not speak to Jane. Because the dad learned to sew because of Boy Scouts. The dad learned to sew because of survival training. And Jane took that and used that to come into herself in drag. Okay? I'm not sure about Jane. Yeah, I'm not sure either. Okay, Queen of Queens has changed the handle. It's now J Hammer. Okay. Thanks for letting us know who you are. But yes, Jane's story was very interesting. Very, very interesting. Remember, I keep telling y'all that my grandfather sewed, he made my mother's gowns, he made other gowns, even for, queens such as these, and costumes for people on stage. My grandfather knew how to sew. He taught my grandmother, he taught me, he taught my mother. We all learned to sew from him. It wasn't because of survival training, but he never had a problem. But Jane's dad, you realize, taught her how to sew, but didn't like the direction her skills took her. Jane, sewing skills must have been noticed. Yes, it must have been noticed by the judges. It must have. It must have been noticed. Definitely. Because technically, it's about putting on an outfit, not necessarily that you can sew. Because Nini Coco really didn't sew them gift bags. It's hot glued. So is it really we need sewing? Okay. But this, what they said about this, the judges liked it. About Nini Coco. About Jane Don't. It's whimsical. It's fun. They love the hair. And for Vita, VonTesse, glorious and classy. Glorious and classy. Oh, Jamaica. Okay, Jamaica. Think Jamaica. Okay. Okay. I stand corrected. Okay. Thank you for correcting me. Hey, Huda. A little late, but I made it to live. Yes, you made it, Huda. We are at the top queens. We went through the entire runway. The queens that are the bottoms this week. And now we are the queens that are at the top. Now we didn't know if Jane Don't should have been here or not, Huda. We don't know. But we talking about it. Okay. Now, one thing that RuPaul said is no one's going home tonight. So Can You Please Her was like, oh my gosh, whew, yes, live to see another day. I ain't gonna come out here like this no more. That is the one thing that she said. That is the one thing she said, like, oh, I ain't gonna come out here like this no more. Not at all. And I want, you see, can you please her say she got sewing skills? I don't doubt her, but you ain't pull no fabric. So I have a question. So there will be only one winner though. And there will be a lip sync for the win with a cash prize of $5,000. Now, here's the thing. In the lip sync battle, the minute I saw the first minute and 30 seconds, I knew. I'm sorry, Jamaica, I'm sorry. I knew Vita wasn't going to win. I knew Vita wasn't going to win. Because in the lip sync, what I saw was Nini went and did her show. She did her show. She talked to the judges. She did this. She was doing at Vita. And it seemed like Vita's entire show was coming at Nini. It's like she was always at Nini, da, 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 da. It's like she wasn't putting on a show for us. She was putting on a show at Nini. That's how it looked to me in the edits we have seen. This is an edited, produced show. Who just said she didn't please us? Can You Please Her didn't please us. Oh, I heard that Didi will be eliminated next week. Shh, we ain't gonna say much. Okay. Yes, Nini Coco performed. She performed a show like if she's at a show. She did, clock at Vita every now and again, but it wasn't the point of her performance. Vita should have won the challenge because she had the best look, in my opinion, but you gotta know the words. Yeah, you do. And if you don't know the words, don't be at that person. Don't at that person. Yeah, Vita was great. It was difficult to move in her dress. Yes, I understand. I wasn't expecting a stellar performance, but I expected you to perform to us and throw shade at your contestant, not constantly throw shade at your contestant and then look at us. Yeah, Vita didn't know the words. Yes, gagged is the word. She gagged on the words. She didn't know. I was shocked too. I was shocked too. And Vita is not one of the queens that has been out of the circuit for a while. Okay? Okay? Yes. You loved it when Nini Coco did the air Cardi move and loved it. Yes, Cardi loved it. Cardi loved it. Cardi was like, but again, this is why I don't pick a favorite queen really early on. Because again, they're the queens that know how to sew and know how to put on a look like Vita. There are queens that know how to lip sync for their life, like Nini. And there are queens that know how to win mini challenges. This is why, I love Drag Race so much, is because the drag queens that we see here in public, they are more than their performances on stage. They are people, they are stories, they are a lot more. Here, it not only showcases them in drag, out of drag, but all of their talents. All of their talents are out here. So now we know Nini is a performer. And she got the little quirky stuff in a performance that will slay you. So now it's like, I don't want to be on the bottom or the top going up against Nini. I'm not saying she's going to be our lip sync assassin of the season. I'm not saying that. We don't know. This is just one time. But the one time we see her, it was an impressive performance. Okay. It was really excited for this season. I thought Kenya was going to eat. I thought Kenya was going to eat too, but Kenya got eaten by the excitement. I think what happened with Kenya pleased her was she got so excited. And I understand you're excited there. And it's like, oh, I got all these things, but no fabric. That to me is like, you were just caught up in everything. I ain't going to discount Kenya please her. I love her personality. Absolutely love her personality. I need to observe personality and work ethic before I pick a favorite. Yes. And I love the shade. Okay. We also gotta look at the shade. And some of these queens, definite shade. Okay. I love the shade that the Mother Dior has. I love the shade. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Y'all, in the whole lip sync battle, Nini did win. For those of you who did not see the show, the winner was crowned as Nini Coco. And as I said, Nini did her show. And Vita was, wasn't putting on that much of a show, but we know the limitations of the outfit. We know all of that. But this is also to tell the queens, just because you have a great outfit doesn't mean you won't be performing. Okay. Okay. You think she was confident, same as Adams? Yeah, she was. She was. But we have our first cash prize winner for a lip sync battle is Nini Coco. $5,000. So we have high hopes because Can You Please Her won the mini challenge, and then on the bottom, Nini Coco, you at the top. We're going to see what happened. We're going to see. Kudos to the queens with degrees. It makes me happy to hear them tell us about their higher education. Yes, we have a nurse. We have a mechanical engineer. Why were they dogging her outfit when she came into the workroom? The rainbow and everything. They were really dogging her outfit. I didn't like that. But I do know that some queens don't like overly using rainbow as an aesthetic. I know some queens don't. But that was her aesthetic. I was fine with it. I was like, But I do love Jane Dont's attitude. I will say that. But Jane, do not have Juicy Love Dion have you helping her in the workroom consistently. And did y'all clock it? That somebody is really looking at Mother Dion, Athena? Somebody's like, "Ooh, Athena's," and Athena's like, I know people looking at me. I was like, look at Athena. Look at Athena. There may be romance in the workroom from day one. I don't always like romance in the workroom. I need y'all to work. Get that money, not the romance. Okay? Rainbows of all designers are meh. It is a meh for some, but it was all glossy and put together, and the over her head and the ears were the clouds. I thought it was a little cutesy. I don't know. I like the creativity of it, but I'm a little different. As y'all, yeah. Yes, Athena is a looker, and she got an attitude to prove it. And I'm glad that Athena is not letting us, not letting her daughter run all over her and have her miss. But her outfit, yeah. Yes, Huda, I need y'all to work. I don't need y'all to be romancing in this work room. Okay? I see it. I saw the googly eyes of people looking at each other when they de-drag, but I need y'all to work. If y'all find love, wonderful. Wonderful. But I do not need production to be showing me y'all gaga eyeing at each other. Because I also see you, Jane Don't. I wonder if you were helping Juicy Love Dion, if because you kind of fancy her too. But I don't know y'all, preferences. I don't know. I only know one who's in a relationship because she said that my partner and I, this is the type of drag we do. My partner and I, we design stuff together. And I was like, okay, you letting the girls know in the workroom, I am not available. But Mother Dion is like, I see them checking me out. I know, I am the queen of Miami and Mykonos. I'm sorry, y'all. I have to say the attitude of Mother Dion. Okay. Athena Dion, her attitude, love it. Jane Don't, love it. Can you please her? Love it. Vita, I love the attitude, but I feel like we only seen like the surface level of Vita's personality. And I can't wait to see more. All the queens are given a good amount of shade. I can't wait for the doors of the library to be open, but I'm loving the fact that no one went home yet. The first episode was enough to rattle everybody's cages, but we are here for the season. I hope y'all do enjoy this format. I will watch the show, do the pictures, bring it up. We will discuss it. We will talk about it, and we will go from there. Discord Adams is trying to stir all the pots. Yes, she is. Yes, Discord is trying to stir all the pots. And I was like, And then Discord saying about her walk, a fierce walk. I'm surprised there was no Rue surprise revealed. I feel like the twist factor was missing. Well, the twist factor was that no one was sent home, that they had to lip sync for the win. That was the twist factor, at least for me. I was like, ooh, we're not sending anybody home? But y'all, we do this like this also for Project Runway. This is kind of like for me to keep my chops together for when Project Runway comes back for the summertime. Don't forget, this week we are starting. We have our Messy Member Monday on Monday. Sorry, Jamaica, you can't come to that. That's for 18 and over. You can't come to our Messy Member Mondays. Ready to Love recap is on Tuesday. Then Thursday, I have a surprise interview. Members, I'll tell you who that is on Monday during our Messy Member Monday. And Friday, we have our party. Our LCID Unscripted will be on Friday at 5 p.m. and our live watch of Ready to Love at 7:45 p.m. This is all EST time, but we will be back here again at 5 p.m. on Saturday to cover RuPaul's Drag Race Season 18, Episode 2. Then, okay? Y'all, thank you so much for listening in, joining in. Thank you for being here. It is fun. And we're going to see what else is coming this season. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next one.